Hey, it's Natasha.
And Khalil.
And we are the co-hosts of
WokeNFree.
Thank you for tuning in to our 146th episode of WokeNFree. If you've been tuning in every week for WokeNFree Wednesday, you know that WokeNFree is all about being real and honest with each other and you. We talk about everything and anything important to us, you, the world, and nothing is off the table. This week, we're going deep, guys. We're going to be discussing what to avoid when buying food. Why? Because your girl has a leaky gut. It's neither attractive nor delectable in nature.
It's not tasty?
No, because I've lived a life of too much tasty. So now I've really screwed the pooch and now I have to get my life in order in a whole new way. And you are gracious enough to join me on this journey, Khalil. So we had to bring this to the WokeNFree Nation to have everyone pity us as well as join in the fun in discussing what to avoid when shopping. But before we have an amazing conversation, we have an even more amazing moment, which is Tasha's monologue. Never gets old. Gotta do it every week.
That's fabulous.
You know, for any newcomers, the WokeNFree Nation's like, okay, Tosh. But for the newbies, every week we get the newbies. This is how you understand how to engage with us. So first, if you've gone to WokeNFree.com, you've downloaded the episode because you have downloaded the Podbean app. Bravo. You are our number one stars for this week. You're amazing. That's how you not only support the show and show your love, but that's how you can engage with us. Because if you download the Podbean app, then you can add your comments and thoughts to the episode. And that's how we can have a conversation. Go figure. So there's that. Now, if you're like, we love you. Yes, yes, and yes, but you're at capacity with apps. Cool. Fine. Well, if you're catching the show on, say, iTunes or TuneIn or Stitcher or Google Play or our YouTube channel or SoundCloud or iHeartRadio or Spotify or any other platform we're on, we're like on 30. All we ask is that you're subscribed and following the show on whatever platform you're catching this on so that you can join and support wherever you're listening to. All right. Now, when it comes to sharing is always caring, absent COVID-19 and racism. There.
Boy.
There's a lot going on in this world. We just got to keep it real crystal clear. Now, what can you share? You're welcome to share positive thoughts 6 feet away from each other at a bare minimum. You're welcome to talk about WokeNFree 6 feet away from other people. Just make sure you speak up loud. Keep me in your mind. And then, of course, on social media, talk about us, chat with us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, Pinterest, TikTok. At WokeNFree. And then, of course, if you're like, but I want to do more because I'm just that amazing. Of course you are. So you got 90 seconds. Go and review the show. Give us 5-star reviews. Yes. Por favor. On iTunes or any of the platforms that you can review the show on. So if you go to WokeNFree.com, if you go to the listen tab and then pick your platform that you want to review the show on, we would adore and love you for the rest of our lives and infinity. So with that,
that's a long time.
Listen, WokeNFree is an institution we're building, so it's going to be around for a very long time.
Ah.
Scene end.
All right. I'll pick it up then where you left it off. And I think most of the WokeNFree people know this, but like you said, for the new people, each week we like to share a little bit about us before we dive into the topic for the episode. Last time we asked, which J.R.R. Tolkien book do you prefer, The Hobbit or Lord of the Rings? This week we're asking, which sport event would you rather attend, the World Series or the NBA Finals?
Neither, Khalil. COVID-19 is a global pandemic we're experiencing.
Yeah, but some places are having cardboard people put in the seats now.
Are you joking?
For a seat. No, they did that at Brazil soccer game or something. You paid for the seat and then they just put a cardboard cutout of you. It was like, what?
That's depressing.
Because what I thought would be cool is kind of like if you put like robots in the stand and then you could control the robot like popping up and stuff. It would be kind of funny. And then people look and it's like the robots are cheering them on. And you can have a speaker on it so it makes sound. Oh man, I gave this good idea out.
You gave this good idea out. And now
let's see how many robots are going to come out.
To iRobot happening. So yay
or Avatar. It's like you control the Avatar. Not the last, not that one. No, the other Avatar, the one that made the bucket loads of money.
All right, I'm not even responding. I'm going to answer
I know, we
your
gotta
question.
get back to the question.
The question here would be...
And don't think of it in terms of COVID. Just think of it...
Okay, absent COVID-19, probably NBA Finals, just because for me, basketball, I think has a bit more energy to me than baseball is like a longer... to me, it just seems like a longer game with all the innings and stuff like that. And listen, I respect anyone who plays both sports. Like, do you make that money? Hustle. But for me as a viewer and an enjoyer, I would say like basketball to me, like I like certain shots and like certain types of things that happen on the court. So I'm in for the NBA Finals. How about you?
Yeah, I mean, baseball, I don't know if it's as like, what is that? Like spectacular as like it's not as much as showmanship as in the NBAs.
It can be certain types of certain
No, but
plays.
with baseball, I'm saying, really?
Well, like, you know, when
I mean,
they
if they
hit
if they get a lot of outs, they throw it back and forth.
Or like the pitcher, you know.
They throw special types of ball.
Yeah, like there's certain moments that are special.
You could literally do that in basketball, but more. You can show off like physical, like...
I know, yeah.
Do like very physical stunts that nobody else could do. That's the only thing. Baseball, I feel... I mean, you don't have to be that physical.
I mean, I generally...
You have to be in shape and stuff, but you don't have to be like crazy athletic. Basketball, you do need the athleticism.
This question is outrageously hilarious, given that we both are not sports people, though. So that's why it's actually really amazing. Like, go team, right?
But the biggest thing about
I am a fan of football.
Oh no, this has nothing to do with that. I just like that this gives me the opportunity to say why basketball's better. And do you want to know why?
Why is basketball better?
Ballin'!
I don't understand the joke.
Oh, you don't remember that? You don't remember they used to do that? The song? You remember that song?
Or?
No, that was that Jim Jones song. We go hard.
Oh,
whatever.
yeah,
remember
that song.
Ballin'!
Oh, yeah.
I just
aren't
needed a
balls
chance to do
involved
that.
in both sports?
I know, that's what's messed up. I know, yeah, you're right. Yeah, it didn't actually work, but I just want to be able to say that.
I love that. That's amazing.
Look, Bessie, that's what I don't know. I associate basketball because it's so much
with
bigger.
Ballin'.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say my associations in my mind, but...
okay, we're talking about the World Series and the NBA Finals. There's nothing else you can be associating with that. That's all I'm saying.
La 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 la.
Okay, good, yeah, because this is just an interesting kind of share we had here.
La la.
But at least we both agree in the end.
Ooh la la.
That's the interesting. Now people have learned what we preferred from the non-sports people.
Blah, blah, blah.
You know we're going to go down another rabbit hole.
Yes.
Instead, though, we're going to go down something to feed people's minds.
Yes.
And it's what definitely feeds your mind. So
what
do you think you should avoid when food shopping?
Currently everything, but to be a bit more specific, for me, there's a couple of things. So first, I found this really interesting article on active.com, and just for all newcomers, all links that are all resources and references we make in an episode, we do include them in the episode at WokeNFree.com. So always feel free to go back and click through. Get your knowledge game up, guys. Now on active.com, here are some lists of foods to avoid. So pre-sliced packaged fruit. Slicing ahead of time exposes more surface area, raising the risk for nutrient loss from oxygen exposure. Wow. And the packages are more expensive than whole fruit. Iceberg lettuce, one of the most popular vegetables, is also one of the least nutrient dense. In general, the darker the leafy green, the bigger the nutritional bang. So
when it's darker, it's actually better. Yep. That's good to know.
So bottled smoothies, many of these are sweetened with sugar or nutritionally poor juices like apple or pear. Plus they are almost always cost much more than just making your own smoothie. So they also have a recipe that you can find if you click into the article. Yogurt covered nuts and pretzels. This fake yogurt covering is made with added sugars and unhealthy fats. Sweetened dried fruits. So some dried fruits like cranberries are bathed in extra sugars. Scoop unsweetened. So that's the one you want to go for. They suggest avoiding all fat-free dressings. Fat is often replaced with sugars or other fillers, according to Todd Dix in the article. So these dressings may contain nearly as many calories as regular versions. Plus, you need some fat. It helps your body absorb vitamins and antioxidants. So you want to be careful with that. The article suggests vegetable oils made from corn, soybean, or cottonseed. These are heavily refined oils and they are high in inflammation-causing omega-6 fatty acids. That's good to know.
Yeah.
Fruit on the bottom yogurts are loaded with sugars, syrups, flavorings, and artificial ingredients. Yep. Liquid egg whites lack the vital nutrients in an egg, including vitamin D and the brain-boosting compound choline. Vanilla soy milk is packed with added sugar. The best choices are unsweetened and fortified with calcium and vitamins. And I would also just like to add, this is your nutritional journey is a personal journey, right? So we're bringing this to the WokeNFree Nation and we're having a public conversation, but do feel that like you have to make sure you have an understanding of what's going on in your body. And that means you need to speak with people who can adequately and sensitively address these concerns with you. So I found out that I had leaky gut because I went to an OBGYN, also doctors, shout out to a lot of doctors here in Arizona are more thorough, I feel, than they were in New York. So I found out certain things that's going on in my body that probably have been happening for a long time and were never diagnosed in New York. So I'm so grateful and blessed to be here and to be discussing this. And I would say working with the OB at that office, they also had a nutritional coach and she recommended, given some of the symptoms I was displaying, hey, why don't you get tested for food allergies? And if you do the full kabam test, you can see if you have a leaky gut, which means that I have permeability issues where food is like seeping through my gut, getting into my bloodstream, developing antibodies against foods. And so now I have a host of allergies against a bunch of food. Some of I can't eat yogurt. I can't eat dairy. I can't eat dried fruit. I can't eat cow's milk. I can't eat gluten. Like everything under the sun. Anything yummy, nope, is off Tasha's list. So work with professionals who can help you figure out what's going on in your body because it's going to be specific. It's not a one size fit all, but I do like that list. Some of those things people are like, oh, this is healthy. This is,
well, yeah,
and it's
that
so
list,
not.
Everybody could avoid things on that list. They're
Yes.
not good for you, right? That definitely.
But like, that's definitely not encompassing of my list, right? There's things on that list that
you
I
have
couldn't
specific
even.
thing that people wouldn't even guess, like
and
carrots.
that's why I wanted to, yeah, exactly. I
Like,
can't have
it's-
carrots.
example,
I
that's
can't have, certain types of
people have it.
fruits and vegetables. Like, so it's
good to
diverse.
Technically, everybody should have it. Just because wouldn't you want to know what you're allergic to? I mean, man, that's messed up not to know. It's horrible that it's like that expensive. It should be it should be free. It should be covered. To be honest,
should be covered
because I think of that as like a preventative thing.
It is a preventative thing, but it's expensive.
I don't know why they don't get
it. But hopefully by having conversations like this
people
lends
should
to
at least
more
know,
conversations. But it's definitely thorough and it's a lot, guys. And for me, I was having a lot of inflammation in my body. Like people had like I think you're supposed to have like between 0 and 2 or something crazy. And I had like 20, like it was awful. Like I was so inflamed, off the scale. And a lot of it is because I was having cow's milk or I was having gluten. I was having all these things that were just like causing me to be in pain, having digestive issues and just like being miserable and even more lethargic than I should be because I already also have hypothyroidism. So it's another added nutritional and lifestyle complexity I'm dealing with. But I could talk on forever. Yeah. What are you saying?
I wanted to add some more to this list, and I'll say that you can do your own research on this, but these next ones I'm gonna list, nobody needs to be having these. I mean, I know some of them are big things, but I think it's really just comes down to money. It's like it's really cheap to produce this and give it to the masses, so that's why we're doing it. Yeah. So that's what and I think that's part of the problem with this first thing, and that's the cow's milk. I mean, it's I think it's become really bad. Like we're so it's normalized for everybody to drink milk and try to get calcium from it, but technically it's not really great for us, right? This milk is supposed to be for a cow. Why are humans drinking milk of another animal? I know, when you think about it, it actually is a sick idea. We're just normalized to think it's normal. But if you're a child and if you saw like them squirt milk out of a cow and you give it to the child, they wouldn't take that. They'd be like, wait, why are we drinking from this cow? What's going on? And you say, no, that's normal. That's what we do. It's processed
weird and there's antibiotics.
They do stuff to try.
And
that's just due to the money. Yeah, they give them antibiotics to make them bigger so they can produce more.
That's going into our system, and then that's causing havoc within us, right?
But just even think about in terms of humans. So babies are said they need to get their mother's milk. It creates a bond with them. True. So why are we taking milk of another animal? We're trying to bond with that animal.
I always do. I've always had
why do we love cows so much?
In my heart for cows, though.
I think we all grew up on the milk, so we have a weird thought about cows now because we were drinking that stuff. Just like
Betsy the cow.
You're not supposed to do that. Mammals shouldn't be drinking other mammals.
Stick to your
milk,
species,
really.
guys.
I mean, I think we need to get away from it and
we should let them run and be free and be happy. Yeah.
But cows especially because there's so much antibiotics.
Yeah.
So, sorry,
they should just be cool.
Pissing people off, but. Yeah,
it is what it is.
Yeah, you got to get rid of that.
That's your recommendation, but again, speak with a medical professional.
You can speak with them,
your
but
advice.
If you go and do your research, you'll see that cow's milk is not the thing. Yeah. There's a lot of groups that are against that, so you'll find out more. This next one people don't really know about is the high fructose corn syrup. And that's just like a sugar replacement.
And give an example of where that's found so people know.
So the biggest place is the soda and juices. So any juice that says less than 2% juice, or any soda that you get, like it's hard to find, use the high fructose corn syrup. It's just a sugar replacement. It's very cheap to make, but it's hard because your body doesn't really know what to do with it, so it stores it as fat. That's all it does. It can't really process it. So it's a sweetener that your body doesn't know how to process. So it's worse. It's actually worse than just your like bleach sugar. Like people try to act like, oh, this whitified sugar is the worst, but the high fructose corn syrup is worse because your body doesn't actually know what to do with it.
We go with monk fruit sugar. If you have any sugar, do sugar from a fruit, guys.
That's a better, and you can't, this is just this artificial creation that makes no sense. I mean, no, it's bad. It's cheap, and it's how we can make tons of product, because that's all the sodas, all those soda machines you use. Nope, it's high fructose corn syrup. Every soda.
You've had soda, but I haven't had soda in, 6-7 weeks? When's the last time you've had one?
The 6 or 7 weeks. I haven't had soda. Cool. Yeah, I don't need soda. That's the thing, and I'm not having it, more avoiding
Coke
it.
Fan, yeah.
Yeah, see, Coke is so great.
Cola, just to be clear.
Yeah, and if you get there's certain Cokes that do use regular sugar, not the high fruit.
Yes, they did come out with a new one. Yeah, but
you can taste it.
We
gotta avoid it. Yeah, we're avoiding that. We're gonna avoid the Cokes for now. Yeah, we were avoiding that, but yeah, that's one. Now, another sugar replacement, well, we can group them together, is sucralose or Splenda. We don't know what it causes. Some say it could cause cancer, but a little more research is needed. But again, it's a sugar replacement. Aspartame, another sugar replacement that has a really terrible aftertaste. Yeah. And then I think the last one that just generally we don't really need is the gluten. But
that's like a heavy hitter.
Yeah, every gluten is in everything. It's wheat. These wheat-based products is
suggesting, a revolution within our food.
And the last one's hard too, because it tastes really good.
Oh gosh.
I mean, you make some good stuff with it.
I miss a pretzel bread. Yeah. Oh.
There's some good stuff you can make with it. Some nice, soft, and delicious stuff with it. That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Welcome to enjoying rice.
With that gluten, I don't think. So the issue with gluten is I think we have too much of it.
No bread, nothing.
But I think the biggest issue
we overindulge.
Yeah, it's overload. Like your body's just having too much of it. Because if you had if
you had it once every a month, but people are
having it with every
3
meal.
times a day.
They have it with every meal. You shouldn't have it with every meal.
Your body's like, whoa, what's going on?
It's supposed to be it should be like a delicacy.
Yeah, it should be like you have it for Christmas and Thanksgiving. And move on. But these suggestions,
we just have it with everything though. It's in every
change.
It's nuts.
That would be a revolution within our food industry, because how many businesses would have to figure out new things to offer.
It would take out certain industries because they're just based around that.
That whole
there's billions of dollars based around gluten.
But I would hope that they'd have the R&D to be able to come out with new products.
There's replacements.
I'm not suggesting businesses go out. I think our economy needs to build, and I think this is the perfect opportunity to say, hey, what are alternative, healthier options that we can get into? And if you're a big corporation, you got the money to do this. So hopefully
you can look at the alternatives. You can be on the forefront of that.
Exactly. Now, when it comes to buying food, what to buy, what not to buy, what are the things that you think about in your decision-making process?
Well, it would be nice to know what you're allergic to.
Yeah.
And I don't actually know everything I'm allergic to, but I go by my reaction to things. So I know when I have flounder, I get itchy in certain places. So that's not good. That's when you shouldn't be doing it. That's the analogy there.
Where do you get itchy, Khalil?
It's an itchy place. It's an itchy place. It's a place that shouldn't be itched.
Oh.
It shouldn't be.
Ooh.
It's a tight spot. That's the thing.
Ooh. When the sun doesn't shine.
Definitely not. Come on.
Nice. I think that gives everyone reference.
All right.
Keep it woken free, guys. Keep it woken free.
I think it's best to avoid foods that provide no benefit to your body.
Indeed. I concur with that, yes.
The high fructose corn syrup, there's no benefit there.
That's like your nemesis, man. You're like,
I hate that thing because they just use it so much. It makes no sense. It's like, God, I understand why.
On Kool-Aid, it's funny, yeah.
No, but see, even that's here's the difference. Now, if you got those drinks at the bodega, yes, those probably had high fructose corn syrup. Those colored drinks that the flavors were by the color, the red drink, the blue drink.
The chemical drinks, those were good.
That's what you call it. It was red.
So good.
It's like when you say a flavor is red, then you know there's an issue.
Or like ices too, right?
Ices are they're not using sugar. But guess what? That's what's funny about Kool-Aid. Kool-Aid, that's some chemical compound, but it calls for regular sugar though. So Kool-Aid's still better than the soda.
It, but yeah,
isn't that
true.
nuts?
It's still better.
That's what's crazy. Kool-Aid is better than this. Yeah. It's better than your soda. Good. And that's just by choice because the company said, hey, we can mass produce all this soda by not using real sugar. So guess what? We're going to do that. Our costs go down and our profit margins go sky high at the cost of people's, well-being because it's not good. Like it's not. It should be banned actually because I don't know if MSG is banned, but it's kind of like that.
So. Yeah, I think
eventually it's going to be on that list.
I think we're bringing this to the WokeNFree Nation to have everyone listening to think about what are you buying and what are you feeding yourself and your children and your future children, and thinking, is this like I said, are you eating anything that has no benefit for your body? If so, are you okay with that decision? Like, are you consciously okay with that? And if you are, do you. But if you're like, you know what, they have a point, we're just inviting you to just have a conversation with yourself and start to do some research. Start to look at things that are in your pantries, that are in your fridge, and say, do I need this, soy sauce? Do I need this, hot sauce with sugar in it? Like, what are the things, the fillers that we don't need, and how can we buy better and treat our bodies better? So I would say for me, some of the things that go inside my head, and we're having this conversation together. So thankfully you're supporting me on my leaky gut journey. And some of the decisions we're making is based around the fact of like, what are your unique nutritional needs, right? There's certain allergies that I have that you don't necessarily know or have, but I have to buy in accordance to that. Also, what are some of the advice that I've gotten by medical professionals who are invested in my medical well-being, right? Not every doctor is for you, and they make it clear in how they communicate with you. So the people I've spoken to seem to be good peoples. And so it seems like, their advice makes sense. And I'm seeing the physical effect and the energy change in my life. It's like, it's night and day, guys. Like, I mean, I still struggle, but it's, as you can tell, right? Like, it's so much better than I used to be.
Definitely, yeah.
And then also your tastes and preferences, right? Your girl still likes a little bit of hot sauce. My family's from Jamaica. I cannot live a life without hot sauce in some way or form. At least right now. Maybe I might have to give it up in my older age, but for now I can still get that. But making sure that pepper sauce is not filled with a bunch of stuff, but it's simple ingredients, and trying to also not just follow trends, right? There's some people like yogurt this and like there's certain food trends,
the diets and stuff,
unverifiable, right? And it's like let's make a cognizant decision of trying to be woke in all aspects of our life, especially what you put in your mouth.
What about when social media, you see like one of these big celebrities you follow, and they tell you about this new tea that makes you lose weight?
I know.
Should you jump on that because since they talked about it, it must be
sounds
working?
Like a really good scenario question, actually. So maybe we'll address, yes.
But
I would say you need to decide what's good for you and your body, right?
So don't let celebrities decide what foods you buy.
You have to make your own decision. If you agree with that celebrity decision, cool, but you have to have your own concrete reason why you agree. Not just because the Kardashians are cute, I want that diet lollipop. Like, do you, like, whatever you want to do based on your research, based on your decisions that you have grounding for, do you?
You're listening to WokeNFree.
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 The podcast that always keeps it real and keeps it honest.
Now, are there any favorite food shopping tips that our people can follow?
Yes and yes. So again, leaky gut guys, if you have it too, you're not alone. I'm here with you. Things to avoid, like Khalil mentioned, cow milk and cow milk byproducts. Avoid.
No way.
Yeah, reducing sugar intake and being, like you said, look at what's on the back of your things. We now buy things where if it has too many ingredients, like it's probably a no-go. Probably a no-go. Crazy. Like, try to go for things with simple things that you can read and you understand what that means. And, avoid like the sugar. If you do, like, even cane sugar, as much as that's good, it tastes good. It might not work for you, right? And avoid gluten because you're probably doing more harm than good for your body. And also, you know, things that are low fat meat, you know, we love a good steak, but it doesn't need to be slathered with the fattening parts of it, the marbling. It's, you can't eat it. It's good for the dog.
And guess what you can do on it too? You can use coconut oil.
Exactly.
You know, that's been butter, that turned into a butter. You can put that on.
Exactly. And
you can reduce, you know, the fatty ways that you cook it. So there are alternatives.
Exactly. And then one quick tip is when you go into the supermarket and you're like, well, I don't know what aisles to go into. I was told, and I've seen it played out in a couple of supermarkets now, which is all the natural stuff are usually on the outside and all the processed stuff are on the inside lane. So if you're trying to figure out how to navigate, stick to the outside area where the fresh vegetables, the fruits and stuff like that. And then as you go in, you'll see the chips, you'll see the stuff in the inside. And so, you know, like, oh, we're going down the dangerous route, right?
Yeah.
Then just be cognizant and make your decision as to what you want. Sometimes, you know, people, you gotta do what you gotta do in life, but I would say as someone who's
that's a really good tip though, actually.
Yeah,
just walk around the outside. And every time you go inside, know that, you know,
you're going down a dangerous
so.
route.
Yeah.
And you gotta just be mindful. Cause even in the healthy aisles, like we were recently in a supermarket, they started the aisle with sugar cereal on the outside. Like these supermarkets are not necessarily like designing it to make it easy for you. So try to like be cognizant of what you want in your household, in your system for your family. Booyah. And you?
I think the biggest tip is to try to, besides getting things you enjoy, this shouldn't be a diet. This should this should be like a lifestyle thing. So this has to be something you can do for the foreseeable future. This can't just be like a quick fix. Like, I'm just doing this to drop these amount of pounds or to bring my blood pressure down. No, this has to be something that you have to have a mindset where this is going to be my habit. I'm going to just continue to do it. And it's got to be like actually feasible. So it can't be like, I'm never going to do this ever. Like, I'm never going to eat. And basically, that's not going to work. You're going to fall back to those bad habits. But if you actually build in a way to get by on this new lifestyle change, I think that, you know, you'll be setting yourself up for success. You just got to get things that, you know, even up to like, or even more than 20 years from now, you'll still be able to do. Not just, it's like a stopgap.
Yeah.
That's not going to help.
But I do want to preface though and add in here that like, as someone who's spent many, many years enjoying too many bad foods and too many yummy foods, that like when you do change your lifestyle and you do change what you're eating, it's not the same amount, nor is it the same satiation that you get. Like, I'll keep it real, for lunch, I had rice cakes with organic, healthy peanut butter spread that has no sugar in it, no salt, literally just peanuts. So straight, plain death, it felt like, to eat. And that was lunch. And I had a cup of ginger tea with it. And like, am I as filled as if I had 20 McNuggets from McDonald's? Like, no, like it's not, but it's a healthier decision and it's a healthier choice for me at this stage of my life. I just want to say that like, you know, when people are like, oh, it's not like you don't feel like you're missing out. I don't know if that's always true for everyone, because I definitely feel like, wow, like that was dinner. That was it. Oh, okay.
Well, no, this bad stuff, that bad stuff tastes good. That's the reason why it prospers so much.
And not bad stuff, well, just, you know, alternative food options for people.
Oh, all right. You could call it that, I guess, but
yes.
Yeah, I mean, the how you're supposed to eat is not what you're used to, so it's going to be a hard transition either way. Like, you're going to have to learn to normalize this new thing. But but I want to take it on a different thing, is just even think about working out. I mean, for some people, painful. They love it. I mean, they have great, but I know. When you're building muscle, you got to destroy the tissue to build up bigger muscle. So that's a painful process, but it is a process that leads to, you know, a nice thing in the end. So it's kind of like you got to go through some pain to make the gains you want.
Well, yeah, I think,
and it's a continuous thing.
So it's like, I just want to put it out there, because some people are like, oh, you can do it and it's like the same thing, and it's like, no, it's not.
It's not. It's impossible.
Butter is real butter, and nothing else like butter. Like,
the truth is, there's not a replacement where it's, oh, you know, I'm not gonna miss out on that. No. I have this, and it's the same.
Like, we have found like non-dairy, plant-based frozen desserts that are so delicious, and we actually prefer.
Now those are actually good.
But like when we go and have the ice cream container, like that is not quite the same as Ben and Jerry's. Like, it's
the thing is, you're not gonna get those type of flavors.
Those treats are good. Like, so there's certain things that are like, but Is everything? Not necessarily. I know that lunch was not. I'll tell you that. Keep it 100% woken free.
Here we go, yo. So what's the scenario? It's scenario time, guys. Scenario 1. Jermel needed to get something to fill his belly quickly and cheaply. He could go to the store and then prepare a nice chicken breast and rice dinner. But there was a 2-for-1 special at the local taco joint where he would only spend $3 for a filling meal. Should he go to the store or just settle for some street meat to fill his needs?
Yeah, this is the dilemma, right? A lot of times, currently, because of all of my nutritional requirements, I don't even feel free to eat out anywhere.
Well, it's a tough proposition.
Yeah, I can have a glass of water. I can have that and some unsweetened iced tea, I guess. But any food, I don't trust that they're going to cook it. You don't know how they're cooking it.
You know where you can do it at? Yeah. You could go to, this is the only place you can eat at. I just thought about it.
Which one?
A hibachi grill. Because they literally cook it in front of you.
But you don't know what that oil is that the only thing you have to,
yeah, but at least you see it. You'd have to ask them what that oil is technically and hope that they tell the truth. They'd be like,
I'm good.
They tell you something. I'm good. And you say like, so excited. So excited. And you're like, no, I just spent $80 and I don't know if I could eat that.
Nope, so, I'm good, player.
That's I don't know if they're going to, it would be funny. You bring your own freaking
oil for them.
Yeah. You said,
you think that's going to go over well, Khalil?
You say, Madame, I actually have my own oil for this table. I have my own oil that I prefer you to use, and I'm not bougie at all. Please use this oil.
Yeah, as someone spits in it. Yeah, exactly.
But the hibachi grill is right in your face. So even if they can't do anything, they brought the meat outs already. The person's about to go and put the oil on. You're like, hold up. This is the oil you'll be using.
And seasoning and vegetables.
Now, I got it. That's but they wouldn't season it. They see it's seasoned in front of you, so you don't have to have it seasoned.
Okay, yeah.
But you technically can go there. That you would bring your own oil.
Yeah.
I mean, you might start a
fire.
No, not a fire. But I mean, I don't know if they'd let you use your own oil.
No,
but
I'm good. I'm like I said, I'll just be eating at home, or anytime I go out, I'll just have a nice glass of water. So for Jermel, I would say in his case, as long as he has the time to go home and make the salad, he probably need or the chicken
breast and rice.
Yeah, if he has the time to do that, then he should do that. But if he doesn't have the time and needs to jump for the taco thing, it's a choice between starvation and healthy. So he just has to make that decision for himself. I can't make that decision for him.
The choice is starvation and healthy?
Like, what I'm saying is, like, if he knows that the local taco joint, the meat is quality meat and the seasoning and the oil is all stuff that's healthy and good for him, then he can go with that.
Oh, he doesn't know any of that.
Yeah, you don't know any of that. So it's either go home or starve if you want to make the healthy choice. And I'm not saying starvation is healthy, guys. What I'm saying is he's just going to have to make that decision of like, what do I want? See, this is why nutritional scenario, this is going to just kick me in my butt because he has to make that choice. I can't make that choice for him. Like, I would suggest he just go home, but he might not have time for that. So then he has to eat at the taco or starve. I mean, that's what people do all the time. They say, oh, I don't have time, so I just will wait to eat. Which is not healthy necessarily either, so...
Well, yeah, I mean, I think if he really needs to, I don't think he should go to that local taco joint, because there's a reason it's a 2-for-1 special. They're trying to get it out off the shelves, or get rid of that last filler meat that they make, or whatever. I wouldn't chance that. I'd say,
I don't think he should go there, but he might not have time for that.
Well, I would say, then... If he doesn't have time, then that's it. Then you just
maybe he can look for organic. I know, and that's not a healthy decision either. So maybe he can also go to a local bodega that maybe has organic peanuts, and he can maybe just get a nice quick snack or something. Or a bag of greenery, dark green lettuce leaves.
Nah, he needs to go and buy some meat and stuff, or you gotta buy something that's gonna fill up the belly. You can get some refried beans or something.
Yes.
Just put that in this, nuke it, and then you'll be good.
Hopefully that too, yeah. This is rough, guys.
Then you can have remember, you found the new rice kit that you warm up in 90 seconds.
Oh,
see?
Shout out to
That's why that's fast.
Love that. We found that at Costco.
See that?
Guys. They have a rice kit that you can warm up in 1 minute and 30 seconds. It's the best rice. They have sticky rice, and they have sticky white rice, and they have brown rice. It's so good.
See, look, I have a meal for him. That rice and then a refried bean thing.
Exactly.
That's not going to be much longer than him going to the taco, making the order, paying the cash, unwrapping the wrap, all that stuff. He could do
I have plenty of refried beans, rice burritos with a little bit of guac, healthy guac, no citric acid and stuff like that in there, and it's been delicious.
Here's the pro tip is that you need to be prepared for times like this, right? You should never get
Meal
to the
planning,
point
though.
where
Yeah.
you don't have like something at home that you can make quickly.
That's
There should
why
always,
we have
that's
that,
the,
yeah.
oh, you should always be prepared. That's what I say. Because then you don't run into situations like
Exactly.
this where,
You know-
I didn't think what I was going to eat.
Exactly.
Oh, it didn't matter because I was always prepared for this.
That's
this
why
time.
I will teach
prepared.
people my phrase, which is, it's not
What's
my
that?
phrase, everyone says it, which is, if you stay ready, you never have to get ready.
Yeah.
Just constantly meal plan. What are you eating for today? If you're not thinking about that, then you're putting yourself in a scenario where you're like, I'm not feeling like, let's order pizza. And again, not all pizza's bad. I just can't have it at this stage of my life, but you know, maybe you can find a good pizza
You
for
can
yourself.
make you said
make
good
a pizza,
now,
yeah.
but then you said good though, so that's where you just missed. You
Is it
stopped the
subjective?
conversation.
Is it subjective?
You said make a good pizza. You can make a pizza with healthy ingredients, but you want the pizza to be good now. So you add all these these stipulations. Come on.
Oh, okay, cool. You know you're trifling. You're
No.
out of pocket right now.
No, because
A
that's
little
so
out of
best.
pocket.
That's so messed up to me that you're gonna just confine
Good
that.
is subjective.
All right, so if you use a subjective term, maybe that's better. But I would rather just take that off and just say you can make a pizza that uses healthy ingredients. Like just very
Si,
specific.
señor.
It's healthy pizza
Muy bueno.
and makes vegan happy. So you can do that. Mm-hmm. Scenario 2. Alexandra wants to start purchasing better foods for her and her family of 6. She doesn't know where to start, but she sees an enticing commercial about a new type of pizza. Should she wait until tomorrow to find out healthy meals to prepare for her family, or just order the new delicious pie pitched by the pithy commercial?
She should do some meal prep for her family. And instead of just, because unless you've looked at the ingredients and you don't know more about the pizza, you can't just order it on the whim saying, well, it looks good and I think it's good. You have to know what are in the ingredients. Is it stuffed crust and there's like cheese and you have a cheese allergy and you know, so you gotta know the ingredients. I think that's the biggest lesson I've learned on this journey, which is know what you're putting in your mouth. And that speaks to many things, guys. So just know what you're consuming. You are what you consume. So it's whether it's what you listen to, what you read, what you eat. Know what you consume. What are your thoughts for Alexandra?
So this is a tough one because if they have cheesy bites, it's like, oh man, this
your
family
life.
can have the cheesy bites.
Get your life good.
I'm just saying, it's you see it.
You've given up cheesy bites.
Yeah,
according
no,
to
yeah. No, of course I have. That's not according. Yeah, I can't have that. I've had, but the great thing is I've had it.
We've had
what
plenty.
What I say it's hard is if you've never had that kind of stuff
Oh.
and you see these new things, you're like, oh man, I can't even try that. See, this is a tough one, but realistically, see, you said things are subjective, so she could make her own type of pizza at home. And you said
I like
good.
your tone too. That would like slowly decrease.
No, because you said
You
she
can
can
make like you're starting
you
to
can-
vomit in your mouth. As
You're saying good stuff that
You can make your.
people do make their own pizza. I made my own pizza
I
at
mean,
home.
it's not a pizza with a dead rat in the
No,
center.
but now
I mean,
we're trying to make a gluten-free pizza. See, that's the key word
Yeah.
there. Once you add the gluten-free
without
pizza,
the cornmeal, so it has to be a rice-based flour. hopefully
but
for
I
me.
remember what according to you, it has to be a good gluten-free pizza.
You're
I'll go with the gluten-free pizza, but now
I'm so
you're
tired.
adding these
I am so
subjective
tired.
things on there. So,
You right now.
come on, we gotta be honest with people. We're not gonna lie.
Clearly,
We can make gluten-free pizza. We can. People
And
can do
we've
that.
had gluten-free pizza that is delicious, have we not?
I think so.
Exactly. And
I
we
think
got
so.
that at Costco before and at Target. Yeah.
Oh yeah, we did technically, but the problem
I can't have it because of the cheese now. Yeah.
Yeah, see. All right, so gluten and lactose free. No, gluten, vegan.
I know,
pizza.
non-GMO free.
Non-GMO
organic.
pizza. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah,
see, and then you're gonna add good onto that. Okay. Yep. Let's
I'm
add
a
it all
Virgo.
this stuff.
I have high expectations.
Let's add good onto that.
Yes.
See, that is just you're shooting for this.
Anyone who
stars
makes
there.
gluten-free, vegan, non-GMO, organic, vegan pizza that is good.
That's good.
Hit
That's
us up
the
in the
hitter.
comments, guys, because we would love to try that. And we need to know the full ingredient list before I can.
Well, that's the key
anything.
too. Yeah, we need to know actually what's everything that goes into this.
Because I can't have
Don't make
citric
it a mystery
acid,
pie.
lectin, lentils, any of that stuff. Nope.
Scenario 3. Aisling told Nikki she has to eat all the animals of the earth because it is commanded by her lord. Nikki looks at her in disgust because she is a hardcore vegan who despises people that are complicit in the cruelty dealt to the majority of the slaughterhouse animals. Should these two friends go shopping together, or would it just end in a long fight?
They should go shopping together and they should put it on film.
A vegan shopping with a hardcore meatist.
Because what did you say? Assling is. He said this person said to eat all the meat of the earth, and because that's a normal sentence said by anyone.
It's a true statement though. It's not even something that. That's why I love this. This has been done in real life. This scenario is based off true story.
You're trifling.
I know. Isn't that cool that it's based off true story?
Yeah. Okay, Assling.
Come on, that's what the Lord commanded, to eat all the animals of the earth.
Out of your mouth, you're
not
really
me.
trifling.
That's what, according to Isling. Yeah, not me. I can't speak on that.
I say, at the end of the day, your friends do not need to be mini versions or repeat versions of yourself. You should be able to be friends with people who have contrary belief systems to you. The goal is to be respectful of each other. And so when you see the vegan who's like, the person who eats meat shouldn't like pick up raw meat and like shove it in her face and become this ravenous, weird person near the vegan. I mean, that's just really insensitive, and it makes you look like you don't respect your friendship with that person. So I think a vegan and a meat eating person absolutely could go food shopping together. They just need to be respectful of their things, and they shouldn't like, become Smeagol near any fresh meat because, oh, my breath, like none of that type of behavior, because then I would just be mentally concerned for that person.
Okay. So you think it's a possibility.
But I would like to see it on footage. Most people are filming things anyway now, so.
That's true.
Go ahead, Assling. I know my pickups. Thank you very much.
All right, lady. That's interesting.
What
I would say
thoughts?
that they can't shop together because hardcore vegans, they go hard. And then the people that say you got to follow these commandments of eating the meats, they're going to go hard too. So to me, this is an explosion waiting to happen. So I would not suggest they go shopping together. But if they were to film it, then I would suggest they go shopping together, because that's perfect viral moment there. Them throwing the meat and her going crazy trying to protect the animals.
This is going to be good TikTok content. I like it.
It would make sense on that manner, but I would not recommend they shop together, because that just seems, because I mean, what would they even decide to eat? They would just say, all right, we're going to settle on rice, at the end of the day, we're going to eat this rice. Like, it's, I don't know, it'd be too weird. As if they're so like gung-ho about their belief, like
people
I said,
get
if
weird. You don't
weird.
shove your face into raw meat, then it should be somewhat normal. But if you're like, like,
because you might say this is what you're supposed to do. It's a rule of life. Like, some people think that, and it wasn't commanded by them. They're going to say it goes beyond them. They literally think that.
People need to get a little bit of perspective.
Yeah, some people get out of pocket and say,
relax and just say, hey, this is my friend. I want to spend some time with my friend 6 feet apart, COVID-19, and do your food shopping, and she gets her cantaloupe, you get your, delicious red
rack of ribs.
Red ribs, and you live your life and you move on. It's not that serious, guys. I mean, I now have hiccups because of this. This is out of control. I'm like, my body's stressed out right now.
These are real first world problems, Tosh.
Preface, first world problems. Si, senor.
Yes.
But we are at that time again. Thank God. It is coming to the end of our 146th episode of
Woke and Free.
Ooh, ouch, Glue.
That was a hiccup version.
That was a hiccup version,
yep.
Indeed. Quite the episode discussing what to avoid when buying food. Will we leave you hanging for what our next episode will be about? Drum roll, please.
On our next episode, we'll be doing another Woke and Free story time called Scream. Make sure you follow us on social media to follow along in the conversation, and make sure you tune in next week for Woke and Free Wednesday to join the conversation at WokeNFree.com.
If you'd like to be a guest on the show or submit a topic for something you feel like we should be talking about based on your passion and devotion to the show, hit us up on our Contact Us page at WokeNFree.com. That is WokenFree.com. Now, when it comes to social media, you can easily find us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Pinterest, YouTube, and TikTok at Woke and Free. And then, of course, if you're interested in collaborating with us, where do you go? Contact Us page at WokenFree.com.
If you didn't already subscribe, please do. Share the episode and make sure you come back to join the conversation every Wednesday for Woke and Free Wednesdays. Remember, Woke and Free is more than a podcast. It is a way of life. Until next time.
We welcome meat eaters and non-meat eaters.
Vegan.